Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I want to share a journey with you, and this journey that I'm going to share is called the greenhouse cluster journey. So as you may know by now, if you watched my previous videos on greenhouse farming in Jamaica, you would have seen me highlighting a few greenhouse clusters in Jamaica. So while these greenhouses were building, or while these clusters were building, I was there. So what I did was took my pictures. I always take pictures, and now I want to share the journey with you. And what you are going to see is basically how the greenhouse started out in terms of the construction to basically harvesting produce from the greenhouse. So I'm going to take you on this journey. As usual, please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and please let us dialogue. Just ask any questions or leave any comments in the comments area, and we can basically conversate there. So let us get into the images. So as you can see, I've named the journey start to finish. So this first image is basically titled Naked Structures, and that the title explains itself in terms of you are seeing lumber that are just basically standing there. They are just 4x4 standing, right? So that is why I call it naked structure. It doesn't have on any plastic. Most of it is not shaped into a greenhouse as yet, and it surely doesn't have the mesh on the side, so I named it naked structures. And as you can see, we have the farmers there, doing what they are supposed to do in terms of getting the structure up. All right, next, this is another view of the naked structures, and right here you can see the top of the greenhouse farming out right here. Alright, so things going on. This photo is basically an aerial view. I remember this is Mr. Osborne here, and this is Mr. Skyers. And this is another lady now. I don't remember the organization which she represents, and I don't remember her name. Sorry about that. But they are all there looking at the progress of the construction. And as you can see, it is now shaping into like actual buildings, right? So this is what the greenhouses look like at this phase. So you could have that picture in your mind because it's going to be transformed in a bit, right? Right here now we have the farmers basically putting on the plastic on the roof and the mesh on the side. Right, and as you can see, it is a collective effort with all the farmers. So here they are again, tying the rope over the greenhouse plastic to throw on top of the greenhouse. And as I said, it is a collective effort. Right, so we are at the stage now where the greenhouses, they have been completely constructed now, and the plastic is on the top, the mesh is on the side. The beds are made inside the greenhouse. The drip hose are on the beds. Let me show you another picture. This picture gives you a better representation of what inside looks like. So as you can see right here, we have the 3 beds, and we have 2 drip hoses on top of each bed, which means you will have 2 rows of plants on each bed, right? So this is what it looks like. And at this point, the farmers are very pleased. They are very happy to see where they are, and I also felt really good, knowing where we're coming from with construction to reach this stage. So this is what it looks like in terms of having because it is basically 20 greenhouses on one location for one cluster. So we have 4 clusters in Senton, 4 greenhouse clusters in Senton. One in Manig, I don't remember the name of that one. You have Tubalski, And this is Central I'm talking about. You have Tubalski, you have Watoni, and you have 9 Mile. So this cluster that you are looking at now is 9 Mile greenhouse cluster. But all of them are basically the same concept in terms of all aspects of the cluster. So here they are, scattered on the landscape, and the drums are in, irrigation is set up, and they are ready to plant. This is basically the water harvesting pond, and this is what it looks like basically on all the greenhouse clusters. You have a decent sized pond, and it can hold in excess of 6 to 7 million gallons of water. Right, as you can see, it is very clean. So what happens is that they pump the water from the pond to tanks that are placed on high elevation, and then gravity feed the water to the greenhouses. That is how they do it. Right, so as you can see, the pond is very huge. Okay, so now we are at the stage where the seedlings have arrived. So of course the greenhouse is already built, everything is installed, irrigation, and we are ready to plant. So this is Mr. Skyers here, right? This is Mr. Skyers here talking to all the farmers, right? In terms of telling them how they're going to proceed in terms of planting and all of that. So what I can tell you is that these seedlings comprise broccoli, cauliflower, tomato, and sweet pepper, right? So this is a close-up shot of the broccoli and the cauliflower. So you can see that's plenty of seedlings. This is a close-up shot of the tomato seedlings, right? And this is a close-up shot of the sweet pepper seedlings. This would be the first set of seedlings that were planted in the greenhouses. So we're at the day now where seedlings are ready to be transplanted. So as you can see, this is a farmer. This is Miss Newton. She's from the Tubalski greenhouse cluster. She's basically distributing or supplying each hole with seedlings, right? And as you can see, the bed was, like pre-wet. This is another farmer here transplanting, going through and putting in the seedlings into the holes right at the drip point, right? And that is where the water is dripping directly to the roots of the plants. And of course the dog is there accompanying the farmer. And guess what? This is me. Right, yeah, this is me. This is proof that I was there. I've been telling you that I was there from the beginning. This is me doing my part. At the time I was with the Rural Agriculture Development Authority. That's the basically extension arm of the Ministry of Agriculture in Jamaica. And I was basically the greenhouse officer for Senton. So I was there giving my technical advice, not only talking but demonstrating. So I was basically helping also, as you can see. Okay, so this is what the greenhouse looks like when it is completely planted out. And these seedlings are sweet pepper. So this is it is the inside. As you can see, the inside the greenhouse is very clean, and the plants are starting to look healthy after transplanting. Now moving along, this image is showing tomato plants with actual fruits, and as you can see, it is vigorously growing and vigorously producing fruits. It is basically in its generative phase now, and it is putting out a lot of blossoms and a lot of fruits, as you can see. So I can tell you that this harvest is going to be a nice one. And this is basically the sweet pepper plant, and as you can see, we have multiple sweet peppers on it, and the plants are basically showing no signs of nutrient deficiency at the moment. Showing you, and this is showing you how healthy the plants are, and maintaining your plants like this, you are bound to get a good yield. So moving along, this is the stage now where they were harvested, and I'm basically here measuring the sweet pepper. And as you can see, this is the diameter, the top diameter of the sweet pepper itself, and this is basically about 4.5 inches. And in terms of the height, we have another 4 inches here. So as you can see, it is a sweet pepper that is very compact and huge at the same time. Alright, and this is showing you what the harvest looked like in terms of sweet pepper and tomato. Of course, there are more tomatoes. This is just a partial shot of what was harvested. And as you can see, the sweet pepper, they look very pretty, to say the least. And of course, these crates, what I think each of these crates measures 50 pounds. And this is how they harvest their produce. As you can see, they are not really overpacked. Of course, this is me right here beside the sweet pepper. You know, these sweet peppers looked really nice, and I had to take a picture with them. And this gentleman here is Mr. Walker. He's also from the Tubalski greenhouse cluster, and he's one of the farmers there, you know, basically showing off his harvest. You know, who wouldn't want to do that? It is a very good harvest, and I can tell you everybody was happy at this point. So of course, you harvest your produce, you know that you have to bring it to the market. So what happened is that these clusters, they have their market. So a truck would come in and they would sit and they would do their sorting and grading, and they would take what they want in terms of their specifications with regards to the grading. So for example, the size, the shape, and the color, you know, those might be some of the specifications that they are using to select which sweet pepper and which tomato they are going to be taking. The greenhouses, one of the greenhouses at the Tubalski cluster was used for an experiment with strawberry, and as you can see, this arrow is pointing to actual strawberries on the plant. What I can tell you about this is that about quarter of this bed was planted, and the rest of the bed, the rest of the plants were basically seedlings taken from these plants to supply the rest, right? And it was basically a success. It went well. As you can see, strawberries were coming out, and they look very healthy. So this was you know, an idea to not only grow certain crops but kind of diversify what is being grown. And basically, you know, strawberry is a high value crop, so it was basically a worthwhile experiment in terms of wanting to see if you could grow certain high value crops in the greenhouse for better returns. Mr. Sky is here. Of course, he is always the one cheering whatever meetings and anything that has to do with the greenhouse. He's the one that is in charge. He controls the maintenance and ensuring that the project is sustainable. So I have to give credit to Mr. Sky. He has been doing a very wonderful job, and he was there from the inception. And you know, his idea basically is to be the vegetable hub of Sentan and ultimately the Jamaica. And you know, he has started on a good note. The project is really great for the parish and for the island, and I must applaud him and I must commend him, you know, many times over. I have worked with him throughout the period when I was there in terms of in the capacity of greenhouse officer, and I cannot forget Mr. Cosgrave Campbell. Mr. Cosgrave Campbell is the man that is on the ground with these clusters, building the greenhouses, putting in the irrigation system, helping with with plant nutrition and like the overall maintenance, right? And he has been doing a wonderful job. He's also a greenhouse farmer, and he has his own greenhouses, and he's doing exceptionally well in the field. So basically, Mr. Skyers and Mr. Cosgrave Campbell, they are the two persons who are ensuring that the clusters are functioning how they are supposed to function on a daily basis. So I must commend these two people. And of course, we have come to the end of the slideshow. So again, I hope you enjoyed these images, and please leave any comments. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video. Hello, now that you're at the end, if this video was beneficial to you, please consider subscribing. To subscribe to my channel, please click the red subscribe button and then click the bell icon beside it so that you will be notified whenever I publish a new video. Thank you.